Good morning, Governor Westmore. Told you, traveling art show, art and activism, the art of protest. I need exoneration of the Supreme Court. We talking about the corruption in Baltimore County, Baltimore City, and Lake County, Illinois, behind mass incarceration in your prison industry. Your judges, your lawyers, and the politicians that protect it. Y'all locked me up in 2007 and again in 2011. I was making a documentary. I'm a social scientific experiment. So let's tell the story about Shorty, truth speaking of power. This is 2011 when I put the toilet in the Towson courthouse. It was about Governor O'Malley and the money he make off of stop and frisk and zero tolerance. Baltimore City and Baltimore County, the courts and the judges. I named your judges, I named your lawyers. Ivan Bates was one of them. That's when y'all was doing stop and frisk and zero tolerance. Remember that? The stop snitching video from 2006? I'm a member of Out for Justice. And this Al Retmer and Governor Hogan, I was insured for $250,000, all right? You can check with the Maryland Volunteer Lawyers for the, you can check with the insurance company, all right? $250,000. That's President Trump and Dan Cox. See that? President Trump and Dan Cox. We're gonna have a postal inspector come through. Cause I mailed everything from the post office, all right? A postal inspector. That's Chief Judge Roberts, and this is the Supreme Court. We talking about public accommodations. You're not tough on crime, you tough on us. You feel me? And like I said, out for justice. Y'all remember Shorty pull your mask up? No, we're gonna unmask Baltimore. These are the criminal charges against Shellenberger, and that's Mayor Brandon Scott. He holding evidence. That's the IRS. I need a federal and a state audit. That's President Biden and the Department of Justice. It ain't gonna be just us no more. This is to prove I was making a movie. That's the same toilet, and that's the same governor, and that's the same monopoly board. You feel me? We talking about jurisdiction. Baltimore City, Baltimore County, Lake County, Illinois. So Scott Shellenberger, Greg Bernstein, Ivan Bates, Marilyn Mosby, Jessamy, yeah, 20-year anniversary, 20 years a slave. We talking about mass incarceration in your prison industry. And we talking about jurisdiction. That's Judge Papaya, Judge Barbera, Judge Turnbull, Judge Souter, Judge Cox, Judge Badar, Judge Pearson, Judge Bale, Judge Boris, Judge Bridges, Judge Foreman, Judge Rossetti, State's Attorney, Waller, Ken LaRue, Scott Shellenberger, Greg Bernstein, Marilyn Mosby, and Ivan Bates. And that's the state of Maryland. These are the supporters of Shorties, all right? These are the people that support me. You feel me? We are employing any and all appropriate officials in the state of Maryland to assist Shorty in his justice in Illinois. I wouldn't have never got locked up in Maryland if y'all would have assisted me in Illinois. So that's Delegate Kaylin Young, and that's Senator Corey McCray, and that's the Attorney General Anthony Brown. I'm looking for exoneration. That's the Maryland Volunteer Lawyers for the Arts. That's Delegate Kaylin Young. That's Mayor Brandon Scott. That's Mayor Brandon Scott. And these are our representatives, all right? We talk about jurisdiction. Baltimore City, Baltimore County, and Lake County, Illinois. Do blacks have rights in which white America respects? Because right now, that's Judge Christian, that's Judge Mary Barbera, that's Bill Ferguson, that's Clippinger, that's T.J. Smith. And T.J. Smith was at your event. So let's talk about it. I want justice, 2026. Sign or die is April the 13th. Sign or die is April the 13th. I ain't got my justice yet. I ain't got my property back. I'm out $250 million in intellectual property. Making a movie ain't against the law. Signs everywhere, signs. I took your signs and I made them mine. We're gonna speak truth to power, 2026. April 13th, I need my papers. You got my intellectual property.